Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. I hope you had yourself a good Thanksgiving break. In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about my favorite time mage since the one from Final Fantasy Tactics, and that is going to be Chromie. She is the definition of an artillery mage, pretty much in this in this game. She is a perfect counter to heroes like Sergeant Hammer, or any other hero that tries to keep a large distance, as her main benefit is distance. Her biggest weakness is when enemies are able to get up on her, and then she has very little in the way of escapes. So with all of that being said, we're going to get right into it, and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about her as we go, but let's go.
Here we go again.
Yes! No! Oh, wait, yes again! Oh man, when the queue pops up and you got this team that you're like, oh man, this is going to be a brutal match, and then it doesn't actually pop and you get to try again.
Here we go again.
So yes, here we go again. Alrighty, so we find ourselves on Blackheart's Bay. On the friendly team, we've got Chromie, Stukov, Li Ming, Diva, and Orphea versus Karazim, Artanis, Asmodan, Illidan, Nazeebo. So with Chromie being her talents being in her range, going after targets like Asmodan, who also who has the largest hitbox in the game, is going to make it a little bit easier for us to hit. Illidan could potentially be a problem, as could Karazim and Artanis if we are not careful. So our positioning, as in pretty much any match with Chromie, is going to be pivotal to our success in this match. Now, Chromie's abilities, not too long ago, she got a little bit of a tweak, as she was considered, I don't want to say grossly overpowered, but she was banned 100% of the time, pretty much. And she was just too beastly, because she could, so for instance, our Q ability, which is called Sandblast, goes to about here, and it's a straight line skill shot. It used to go to about here. So you could peg people that were ridiculously far away. And our W ability, which is called Dragon's Breath, it drops a big thing of damage in this little circle. It used to not be telegraphed, first off, and now the enemy gets 1 second to see where it's going to land before that hits them. So it's kind of like the Asmo, in where it makes it a little bit easier for them to know where we're going to be doing our damage. It gives them time to avoid it. Our E ability is called Time Trap, which you saw right there. Puts down a little trap, and if enemies hit it, they are frozen for... Uh-oh, what's going on? That was scary. They're frozen for a second. 2 seconds, actually. And we can then rain damage down upon them. Level 1, we took, what is it, Time Walker's Pursuit? Yes, Time Walker's Pursuit. Basically, so this is a regen globe quest for Chromie, but it also allows us to gain vision of our targets. So we're gonna go ahead and gain vision on this Karazim, try to catch him off guard, but, having that full second to react there, he's got plenty of time. That was a nice swap, but he's gonna keep him in tower range, so if he wants to follow up on that damage, he's gonna have to eat some damage also. We're gonna take that regen globe. Now we're gonna come up here. We're gonna hit our sippy cup. At level 2, we are going to increase the radius of Dragon's Breath. Now there is another build that builds off of Timely Surprise, and I'll explain that at the end of the video. I would consider it more of a like pro play type Chromie. I am not as good at Chromie as I used to be, so I dare not take that, as I just don't play her well enough. Like, for instance, I'm really bad at using time traps. I just do not use them enough. And so if I'm not going to use the talent enough, it's best that I don't even take it.
Sorry about this.
I can come up here and grab that regen globe. Give us some vision of that area there. We're gonna just drop that down on a tower. Chromie is very similar to Ming, where Ming can like launch her orbs out of tower range and kind of be annoying, doing damage to enemy towers and stuff like that. Chromie kind of gets to do the same thing with her W ability. Oh god, maybe we get this off. Hey, all right, let's give ourselves some vision. Go ahead and peg that Karazim. So you'll notice down there in the lower left where it says 2-hit combo, 10 out of 50. So right in around this area here. That is kind of an additional little quest built in for Chromie. As you land more and more of those, you're going to, once you get to 50, you then, whenever you use Sandblast, you're going to leave a little Chromie copy, who is going to then cast Sandblast from that location. And that can actually synergize with another talent that we could take later called Here and Now, allowing us a little bit more of an escape and sometimes an engage also. We'll try to just save the Stukov as much as we can with our abilities here. We're gonna beat this Illidan by killing all the minions around him, while the rest of our team is apparently dying.
I knew I could rely on you.
Come on.
Of course.
Alright, at level 5, we're gonna take Dragon's Eye, which increases the center of our W ability, which, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal right now because obviously we're not landing jack. But later on, when we take our level 8 talent, which is going to be Temporal Loop, it's going to help us do a significant amount of damage to the enemy. So one thing you'll notice also is that we are getting our talents at earlier levels than what we would get them at on other opponents or on other characters. And that is because with the lore of Chromie being a time mage and everything, it's like she's been to the future. She knows what talent she's going to take prior to her even taking them. And so we get to get those talents early. We get them 2 levels earlier than other heroes in the game. We're still just kind of focusing on getting regen globes because we get that vision, but also when we get our regen globe quest completed, we're going to gain 5% more spell damage, which spell power on Chromie is, you know, it's big. She is one of the heroes in the game. There isn't too many like her that her job is literally pretty much just to delete somebody from the game. Like, you pop Temporal Loop on them, you land your combo on them, and they're gone. Like, they're here and now they're gone.
Good night.
So we're coming down here, just kind of fend off this camp a little bit. Chromie does not do well at camps. She does have a decent damage with her W ability, but her Q ability does not do damage to NPCs. So basically, every 8 seconds or so, we can do a big amount of damage. Other than that, we got our basic attack because Bronze Talons, which was a talent that you used to take with her that would do more damage after you used your Q ability, works now when we hit a target, and then it works on it on after that. So we have to be hitting an enemy for that to happen. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring that Artanis back because he's carrying a lot of gold. We're going to drop our W on him, but that Karazim came in and jumped on us, stopping us from being able to kill Artanis. However, Devo was able to finish him off, go ahead and grabbing up all those delicious, delicious coins. And we're going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this fight as our Stukov gets stuck in a bunch of zombies. All right, and we're back. We can't really do too much to Asmo. We're going to come up here, though, and pretend like we can. Asmo, I call Asmo a lot of times just Fat Chromie because he does big booms too. And I mean, we can't really play with an Asmo. He's gonna out damage us, out pretty much everything us. But we're gonna come up here and try to stop as much as we can. Mainly, I just wanted the regen globe so I can get the extra spell power. To be quite honest. We're we're just going to kind of do as much damage as we can to this as we can up to that point. And now we're going to go down and rejoin our team. We're going to go ahead and sippy here. And we're going to queue up a move, which queuing up a move after you've already selected where you want to go. If you hit shift and then right click somewhere, you can go to many different places. So I can do this and I can do all kinds of funny little designs if I wanted to. Some people were asking me some of the I don't know, kind of basic commands and stuff that you can use that aren't necessarily hero specific, but will help you improve your gameplay sometimes. So at level 11, we took timeout. A lot of people take bye-bye. Bye-bye, what that does is it reduces the cast time for your Hearth to Hearth back to base by 75%, making it damn near instant, making it almost like like the bubble Hearth of WoW. We're gonna go ahead and bring back that Artanis. And missed part of that, but we're still gonna kill him because of the bronze talons that is now built into our kit. We're gonna watch out. We're gonna give ourselves vision of this whole situation here. So timeout, what this does is it just kind of puts us in a stasis. It's basically Chromie's version of Ice Block. It lasts longer than Ice Block. I believe it has a longer cooldown. Yeah, good. All right, Illidan. You do you, dude. We can't. I don't really want to do that. So let's go ahead and turn in. Probably get hit by an Asmo duck here in a second, and Steve will die. And okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get some more coins going out. So the main reason why I typically do not take bye-bye is because even in a best case scenario, you avoid dying, right? You're like, yeah, I cheated death. It still kind of accomplishes the same goal. Okay, that was a smart use of Divine Palm by Karazim, but I don't think it's gonna save him. So he's still gonna drop his 9 coins. We're coming up here slowly but surely. We're missing every shot known to man. Didn't miss those. Gotta get this Asmo off me. Just throw that W down there. Kind of give us a little bit of a little breather there. So at level 14, we took Quantum Overdrive, which is going to increase our spell power by 25% for 10 seconds, allowing us to kind of do big boom damage like that. We're going to follow that up with a little bit more. Got Karazim on us, which is not ideal. Thank you, Stukov.
Excellent healing, friend. The time
We're going to try to do this chest. We're going to help out our Stukov here. Alright, so we got all this money. Now we're going to try to turn it in. I do not like carrying money as Chromie. As you've noticed, our only escape is if somebody hits this time trap. I mean, you can use Temporal Loop to a certain degree, and you can use her other ult, is it Shifting Sands, I believe it's called? Slowing Sands. And that will also help, but so it's not like it being able to jump like Dwarf Toss or something like that from Murden. We're gonna go ahead and bring that Artanis back. Man, that Karazim is so good about diving in front of me and eating the Q so that I don't hit whoever I'm targeted on. He's doing a really good job of that. We're gonna go ahead and take the siege camp. This is something we can do because we can avoid their damage. It's not fast, but I knew my teammates were there to help me. It's not like I'm definitely not condoning that you should be camping on Chromie. It's not a thing. It's the fetch of this game. It will not happen. Stop trying to make it happen. We're gonna go ahead and throw down Time Trap way out here.
So much left to be done.
Just kind of popping that. If we tagged him, it would have been good. Obviously, we did not. But we're okay. We're going to come down here, kind of help out this bottom lane as much as we can, as this Asmo's going to probably push with these 2 camps. Maybe more pushing.
Done this before.
We're going to kind of just throw in damage in there. We need to watch out because of the Illidan. We're going to throw this time trap behind us.
Careful, you've lost a fort. So much.
So when... Just kind of doing a little bit of damage here and there. Doing what we can. Oh no, Stukov. Okay, he lived. Just kind of throwing as much damage as we can out into this general area. We're going to bring the Zebo back.
Oh,
Artanis ate that, but he also ice blocked. I'm going to kill that Artanis, which is going to give our Ming resets. Hopefully she's going to get in more damage. We're going to go ahead and pop that Asmo as we popped our extra damage here. They got the speed boost from Karazhan, which is going to stop us from being able to pursue.
good night. I knew I could rely on you.
So not sure why we're trying to do this. We're going to go ahead and take out all these minions because, well, we're not going to be able to really do anything else. They just want to chase forever, whereas I would rather turn in some coins. So we're going to come up here. We're going to go ahead and start turning this in. Probably get hit by some stuff. Maybe. Go ahead and pop our extra spell damage. Can we get him? Missed it.
Of course.
Tag that Nazebo. Go ahead and throw vision on there so we at least know where they are.
Undone my wounds. Thank you. Of course.
We're just eating Asmo dunks right now. I was hoping to get that Artanis with a temporal loop when he did his swap. So one thing to really notice about, to really be aware of with temporal loop is that you, ooh, we're gonna bring that Asmo back.
Even I'm impressed.
One thing about temporal loop, so if you're going against a Chromie and she takes temporal loop, and she uses it on you, and let's say you are a character that does not have any form of a stun, or you don't have like an ice block or any way to kind of mitigate the temporal loop from actually like stopping you. So what you want to do in that situation is not run away. She's gonna bring you back anyways. So go at her face. Just do everything you can, all up in her business. You're gonna see more success with that more often than not, because some Chromies are gonna get really flustered with that too. So we're gonna go ahead and have this stupid thing. We're gonna go ahead and just take a timeout. Let this ult do its thing while our team finishes up that team. So that's why I like timeout. So I'm still able to stay here, whereas if I used bye-bye, I would have been all the way back at our base and I wouldn't be able to do anything. Now I'm screwed. Okay, so we got a ton of coins. We just need to turn in. We're 2 coins shy of being able to turn in again. Okay, we got enough coins for 2 turn-ins. Wait, no, we might be. I think we're too short. But anyways, so at level 18, we took Piercing Sand. So our Sandblast, or our Q ability, pierces its first target. So basically, if they are grouped up, we can hit more than one of them, which we did get a couple of double hits in there. But it works out a lot better when you have like a strong front line and the enemy has a strong front line. So like, for instance, let's say, you've got some more conventional like frontlining warriors like a Diablo, etc. you know, even Artanis could be, but having more, like, I don't want to say immobile, but heroes that are giving you more of a meat shield, you're going to be able to just kind of chunk damage on all of them, which is really adds up to a lot of damage. Now, another talent that you could take at level 18, that is the more common one, which I'll explain a little bit more when it comes to when we go over the other build varieties. But it allows you to put down 3 time traps, and that one synergizes extremely well with the cooldown refresh. We're gonna bring that Karazhan back. That's fine, because he's still gonna die. So I'm perfectly fine with that. He still dies, we still win.
Time to take things into my own hands.
Okay, Illidan's going for a ride. We should probably try not to die here. I'm glad that Illidan decided to stop throwing people at me.
Your enemies just can't keep it together. Yes, that's right. I'll take more of that. Now I'll show them.
We're just giving her backup artillery here.
Activating self-destruct sequence. So much left to be done.
That must have hurt.
Try to get our timeout right at that time. It really wouldn't matter. We still would have died. But the main thing with that whole thing was we wanted to keep our diva alive, who has 9 coins, who for some reason is just, you know, pushing it to the limit here, going in and seeing what she can do. I mean, she finished off the Zeebs, so that was good. But if she loses these coins, that's a big deal. We still have enough between just with our Ming having 20 coins that we could turn in, and honestly, it wouldn't be game, but it would be 3 keeps down. So hopefully you've seen thus far where Chromie's strengths and weaknesses lie. She used to be a lot stronger because she had a lot more range, and so this the Sandblast like built-in quest now that's like built in with part of her kit. It used to not have a limit. Here it hits 50, you get the clone, and that's it. It used to not have a limit, and so every time you landed Qs, as the game got longer and longer and longer, you kept getting stronger and stronger with those Qs, to the point where it was ridiculous, the amount of damage that you could do. Ooh, that's bad. We messed up the timing on that. We need to kill this Illidan. We killed that Illidan. Oh god, but we're gonna lose this all. We're gonna go ahead and do this while they waste some spiders on us, and we're gonna get out of here. And we hit that Asmo. Hopefully Diva can finish him off. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and... What is going on? We're gonna grab those coins and GTFO. I mean, if Diva can keep him occupied... Here. Yeah, you dead, son. Alright, let's turn in.
Sorry, but that's how it goes.
Okay, let's go down and clear out this bottom little push that's happening here.
Let's get to the fun part.
She can go ahead and deal with that. I'll take care of those guys. Well, some of them. Over here, I want this regen, and then I want to go ahead and grab this sippy cup. So we're gonna once again do that click move and queue it up. Have our move come down here, come back down, and grab more regen so we can go ahead and be topped off. It's almost GG. We need to take down that. We need to take out that damn bottom keep. All right, so we're using our vision, kind of finding out where we've Got some opportunities here. We're gonna go ahead and pop our stuff. Hopefully tag somebody. I'll go ahead and place a time trap right there.
Excellent healing, friend.
Now when Illidan goes to hunt us, which I'm assuming is gonna happen any second now. Oh! Well, it wasn't us. Oh god. We're gonna die down here though. We're just gonna stasis, let our team get in as much damage as it can. Drop this on our body. And so we've injured them both. So now it's up to our team to kind of finish this off. Don't throw it, guys. Oh god, they're throwing it so far. The throws. Well, it's quick match, so chances are they will not go for the win.
Think you can open both chests?
So we do have that going for us, as they could push a keep down and go directly for the core. So they're probably going to turn in and grab all the coins, so they'll have enough coins to turn in a second time.
Looks like your enemies all paid up. Fire, you blackguards!
Keep lost.
So let's see. Well, should save most of that. I'm okay with the sippy cup taking some of that damage, taking some of those cannonballs.
I still hate it. We have all the time in the world.
Come back down with this Ming, help her take out this wave. Try to get this push off. The Asmo's really keeping them in this game, keeping a lot of pushing going.
All cannons,
So
hold!
much left to be done.
All right, well, let's go up. Gotta watch for the. We're gonna go ahead and get us some vision there. Give our team some vision. We're gonna go ahead and throw that time trap in that bush. Pop our stuff. Bring that Karazhan back. He's gonna do it, but if he gets it off early, we know that's happening every time. Uh-oh. No, we can't do much there. So we're gonna throw that time trap down and just bail.
Your core is under attack. We're almost to my favorite part.
It's fine.
That must have hurt.
Ah. Oh, those still spiders around. And we're gonna lose because of some lost team fights at the end. That's a shame. But hopefully you kind of got an idea of what all Chromie is about. She's not really in as good of a place as she used to be, mostly because of that range decrease and then the telegraphing on the W. So she doesn't land those dragon breath hits as much as she used to. And she used to be just a straight beast when it came to being able to destroy a team with that. So we'll go back over the talents that we took. So as far as talents that we took Time Walker's Pursuit at level 1, which let us get more spell power once we got our 15 regen globes and the mana regeneration. I never had to hearth for mana, which is pretty nice for a mage class. Now I will say that it's one of the easier level 1 talent or level 1 like regen globe collection quests to actually complete. Most of them are like 20 or even in some cases 30 regen globes, so the fact that hers is only 15 is pretty good. Plus it gives that huge amount of vision, which is very useful against like the Zeratools, Novas, Samaros, anything that's cloaked or just keeping vision out there, especially a Valera. It's really good against a Valera as well. Level 4, we took Enveloping Assault, which increased our Dragon's Breath radius by 25%, just making it easier for us to land those Ws. Dragon's Eye made it so that we did 25% more damage to enemies in the center of that. Temporal Loop is what kind of rebound the enemies so that they snap back to a specific spot that we could go ahead and attempt to combo on, which we did land a couple of times. Mostly that Karazhan was our bane in that match because he did have Divine Palm and he was the only one that we could really target because we just don't have the range that we used to have. So we would use it on him because he would be up on us, but he would just Divine Palm. And in most cases, he still died. However, as you saw in that last one, he was able to survive, and that ended up being the game. Timeout, we chose that so that we'd go into a stasis as opposed to bye-bye, which completely eliminates us from the fight anyways, giving the enemies about 30 seconds without us there. So yes, it keeps us alive, but it really still removes you from the battle, which is just as good in most cases, minus the XP. So level 16, we took Quantum Overdrive, which I was not the best at using every single time, which gave us an additional 25% spell power for 10 seconds. So that the combo of that looks like you pop Quantum Overdrive, you use Temporal Loop. As they're looping, you go ahead and you throw down your W and your Q. It'll land on them doing like 2200 damage or something, and then hopefully they just been straight deleted from the game. At level they said 20, it's actually 18, so that's interesting. So it has the different it has the normal talent tier numbers here, but so all of these reduce 2 from the number on that. But at level 20 we took Sandblast will now hit all heroes in its path, so that it will so we're able to collect more damage off of our Q as they were grouped up. So talking about what is the, I would say it's a more difficult build. It's kind of a high risk, high reward build because you have to be on top of your skills. And honestly, I'm not as good of a Chromie player as I used to be. So you would go Time Walker's Pursuit. You take the for the extra spell power damage and the mana regen because you're going to need it in this build. And then at level 2. Instead of taking like Enveloping Assault, you take Timely Surprise. So what this does is it lets you put your time traps out further range, but also makes it so that if the enemy hits them, your cooldowns of your Q and W are reset. So if you've been playing a match where you're going against like a Chromie and it just seemed like she is just throwing abilities left and right, like, you know, reckless abandon, there's no cooldowns, chances are she probably took Timely Surprise. And then at level 5, you would take Chrono Sickness. And what this does is this makes it so that your time traps cost is reduced. And that's one of the main reasons you take it, because of a talent we take later on. But when the time stop ends for the enemy, they're slowed for 35% for 4 seconds, which gives you additional time to hit them with abilities, or, you know, in some cases just, you know, get out of there. Level 8, you could still take Temporal Loop. However, Slowing Sands is a really good talent as well. It's really good at zoning, keeping people from kind of engaging and stuff, and it's probably the better overall team fight ultimate. However, Temporal Loop, if you can get it in the right circumstances, as you saw a couple of times there, you can just straight delete somebody from the team fight, making it a 5v4. And it sent in theory, right? Level 1 or level 11, we took Timeout, but there was Bye-Bye, which is the more common one that you see most people take. However, here and there is an awesome talent for those that are really good with Chromie. So once you have your when you have your little mini me, or your shadow Chromie, as you call it, your Sandblast Echo is what I guess the correct term is, you can use here and there, and what it does is it swaps spots. So you swap spots with your clone, and so that can be used to all kinds of different plays. You can use it to one of my favorite things to use it for is I'll throw a Q, then I'll Hearth, get back all of my health and mana, and then use here and there, and it swaps me and my clone, so I'm all the way back where my clone was, and so I'm right back in the battle, you know, in 5 seconds, as opposed to, you know, riding my mount all the way across the map or whatever. So at level 14, you'd still take Quantum Overdrive. I feel like this is the best one in the tier. I used to, back on I want to say on old Chromie, I used to take Fast Forward because you had such a long range, And then so if your Sandblast went at least 70% of its base range and it hit a hero, the cooldown would be reduced to 0.75 seconds. So you would be throwing Qs like nobody's business. When I used to play Chromie, I used to build more into her Q ability and not so much into her W or even time traps. I am notoriously bad with time traps. I just am terrible at using them. As you saw, I did not use nearly enough. And at level 18, you would take Anderhall Anomaly, which allows you to have up to 3 time traps down at the same time. And then when the cooldown finishes, you get all 3 back at the same time. This is honestly, when you're going against a Chromie, one of the most annoying talents in the game to go against, because you could hit so many time traps. If she's good at putting them down, and that synergizes with that level 20 timely surprise. So when they hit a time trap, she can use her Q and W again. So let's say hypothetically you're chasing down a Chromie, ill-advised if they're good, and you hit a time trap. They're going to hit you with a Q and a W. You're going to continue to chase them because you're like, oh, I got rid of their time trap, I'm good. No, you're going to hit the second time trap, Q and a W. At that point, you've probably already taken over 3,000 damage. And on most characters, that is a significant portion of their health. And then if you're still chasing her, you're going to get hit with another time trap, probably take another 1,500 plus damage if they're good. And, it's almost GG at that point. But guys, that is Chromie. I do like her. Her win rate is a lot lower than it used to be when she did have her more percent. She's still dangerous in the right hands. Just unfortunately these days, those hands are not mine. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps me out a ton. And with that, guys, we will see you guys all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.